Thank you. Thank you for the very kind invitation and the chance to be here with you. So we're going to talk today about Lamentations and how we need to maybe have some disruption in our lives in order for there to be health, in order for there to be the fullness of God. Sometimes we need a little disruption. But here it says what? Not seek the peace of Jerusalem, but seek the peace of Babylon. Of all places in the world to seek the peace of. This passage reminds us that no matter where we are, whether we are in Jerusalem or even in Babylon, our option is never to run away and hide. There's been multiple places in our church's history where the church has done that, run away and hid. God was moving among the African American communities and bringing spiritual renewal to these urban centers. But the same white Anglo-Saxon Protestants who saw Southern and Eastern Europeans as a threat saw African Americans, even though they were fired up evangelical Christians, they saw these individuals as a threat as well. And now we're saying, out of the fear of our housing prices are going to drop, our schools are not going to be good anymore, our neighborhoods are not safe anymore, using that language, many of the white Anglo-Saxon Protestant churches fled the city and moved out into the suburbs. We, of course, have documented this as white flight. The influx of immigrants, the new communities that we see, is not the death of American Christianity, it is the salvation of American Christianity.
What are some of the strengths and assets that you see in your particular community that come to bear on improving interminority dialogue? And what are some of the strengths that you see among your people, among your community that you work in, that you feel are particularly important and crucial in the work of interminority dialogue, and that really kind of are a complement and a benefit to communities outside of your own?
First of all, I think as Latino community, I think it's faith.
I think when I think about the African American community, I think about Dr. Ra's comments this morning, and that is the African American community, a faith forged through suffering. And in particular, not just going through the suffering, but learning God's sort of victory and triumph in the middle of it.
So I have really enjoyed kind of mixing both the Indian culture plus the Hispanic cultures, having really immersed myself. I think I've seen a lot of heart being brought up.
Reach back to try to connect with the Native American Cherokee part of our heritage. You know, in St. Louis anyway, it's because ethnic groups are relatively polarized, I often found myself in sort of middle grounds, like middle zones. And I remember particularly one year in high school, one of my teachers said, pulled me aside and said, why are you always trying to fit in with the black students? And another one of my teachers the same year literally pulled me aside after class and said, why are you always trying to pass for white? For us, it's just been sort of creating a home for people, for sort of wanderers.
Like the Korean church prays like no other culture and ethnicity. There is no other church where every single day they wake up at 5 in the morning and go hear a sermon and then pray for an hour before they go to their job. That I'm slowly losing as a second-gen Korean American and being much more comfortable going along with some of the suffering. There was a deep desire to meet the Lord and find peace in the midst of being on our knees.
Also later in the New Testament we see in Revelation 7:9 that ethnic distinction is eternal. That even in heaven, that there's different tribes and different languages. But what's meant there is that there's no respecter of persons, that we're all equal in God's sight, we're all unified.